It has been quite some time since I last brought you an episode of the West Ham United career mode, so it's probably a good starting point to catch us back up with everything that's happened so far. We made a fantastic start to the season, beating Sunderland 2-1, following that with a 1-0 victory over Chelsea, and then winning in the Cup by 4-0 against Wimbledon, capping off the month of August with a 2-1 win over Forest. And that saw the transfer window close. Now, I haven't made any transfers. We wanted to go into the season with the same squad that West Ham had in real life, and that's what we've done. So, no new players joined us. And that meant, as we moved into September, we carried on the form. 1-0 against Spurs, 3-0 against Palace. We were, however, knocked out in the Cup against Leicester, losing 3-2. But a 1-0 victory over Everton. So 6 games, 6 wins. What a start. But then we were brought back down to earth as we went into October, the month we are currently in, with 2 defeats. Arsenal a 1-0 loss and a 3-2 defeat to Brentford. We have Leeds away next. Then we go into November, of which I want to complete this whole month today. Newcastle, Burnley, Bournemouth, Liverpool, all on the horizon. I'll be simming a couple of those games and playing at least 3 today. Welcome back, everyone, to the West Ham United career mode. Thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate you all, and I hope I find you having a fantastic day. Apologies for the delay between the last episode and this one, but I've been seeing lots of comments recently asking me where the series is, and it's back here today, and I'm going to try and get ahead as well on videos so that I know I've got a steady supply of episodes to bring you to enjoy. So with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. 300 likes is the target. And it's Leeds up first. And it's the Leeds United starting 11, which we will see first. A 4-1-4-1 from Daniel Farke. As you can see, their back four features Leif Davis, who I believe was at Leeds for a time before, then went to Ipswich and they've re-signed him. Joel Perreault up front for them. And for West Ham United, it's a 4-3-3. And again, we're not quite sure yet on who should be starting up front for us. Callum Wilson given the nod today over Füllkrug. But Bowen and Somerville mainstays in this West Ham side. And they are who we look to provide the inspiration and the creativity, along with PAQUETA and Ward-Prowse behind them. 33 minutes gone here at Elland Road. It's been very much a midfield battle. As you can see, with possession loosely given away. Neither side able to really find the correct passes to open up the other team, as Wilson's ball does now find Jarrod Bowen. And as PAQUETA is waiting in the middle, Lucas PAQUETA should have scored. That's a great chance that we've just squandered, in essence. I don't quite know how on earth we aren't leading. Perreault now then, back for Dan James, back to Joel Perreault. He's now looked into the penalty area, nobody there to aim at, goes to the edge, it's Longstaff, in towards Dada. What a turn and what a save! Leeds respond with a chance of their own, and we have seen 2 great pieces of goalkeeping. The youth, now Somerville, into the feet of Lucas PAQUETA. Somerville's carried on, and here he goes then. Somerville against his former club, into the area of Leeds United. Somerville, saved by Perry, down in the box. That is a remarkable response. A fantastic double save by Perry. As we loosely give away the ball from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. The first one is brilliant on the Somerville chance. The second one to get back up and stop Callum Wilson from making it 1-0 is remarkable. Just 1 additional minute by the officials. As here goes Jarrod Bowen. Heavy touch, invited the challenge of Davis. It's finished all square at Elland Road in our first game back, 0-0, but I'm not sure how we didn't win it. The heroics of Perry in the Leeds United goal stopped what looked a certain goal. Other than that, though, you've got to say it's a fair reflection of a game that lacked any quality. I am still running authentic as the gameplay type for this. In my player, I did switch over, though, to a competitive, and the game is a lot quicker. I'm going to leave it on authentic for now, but there is a possibility that I might go to competitive because that's what I've got very used to. So that last game just felt really, really, really slow. Anyway, it's Newcastle up next, and I am actually going to play this. For Newcastle, Nick Pope in goal. Livramento, Botman, Shah and Hall at the back. And it's a strong Newcastle side. Walter Marder, where is he? He's on the bench. They've gone with Visser up front. For us, one change from the side that just featured against Leeds, which is Fulkrug in for Callum Wilson. Hall's ball out wide. Diouf intercepts. And now Somerville's control. Fulkrug ahead of him. Fulkrug holds it up. Plays the way of Somerville, who's up against Botman. Into the area of Newcastle. Somerville! Pope saves. One change at the break. Fernandez on for Ward-Prowse. He just seemed a little bit off the pace, James Ward-Prowse. So, fresh legs in midfield. Hopefully, that changes things a little bit. Somerville to Fulkrug. It's been the best chance of the game from Somerville, in which he forced the save from Nick Pope as he looks again here to try and craft Souček. Now it's gone to Fernandez. Fernandez can't find a way forward yet, though, so has to play back towards Souček. And now Fulkrug again. Not really in the position you want him outside the penalty area, but an exchange with Somerville. Gets him back in towards it. Fulkrug! Blocked by Shah. Gordon. Hall. Now it's Joe Linton. Back to Gordon. Nicely done. But is there a chance at the end of this? There is. It's straight to Areola. It was so well moved, the ball there from Newcastle. But their finish lacked the conviction it required to result in a goal. Fulkrug, how long do you want to play the pass, mate? Held the ball for like what felt like an eternity. Everything just feels so slow. I might try a game with the competitive gameplay style switched on just to see the difference. Fulkrug again. Now for Bowen. Bowen away from Hall. Jared Bowen, he's been in the goals this season for us. Can he do it again? Tried to get there. Botman was first to it though. Wilson's ball. Finding Bowen. Jared Bowen now in Newcastle's penalty area. Fake shot to get inside. And Tonali's back there to block. As Bowen tried to place it. And we do have ourselves a corner, which we go short from. Somerville to Bowen. Bowen now, edge of the penalty area. PAQUETA with the efforts. Straight at Nick Pope. And that should be that. So for the second consecutive game, it's a 0-0 draw. Let's try a game with the competitive gameplay style on. That's what I run in the My Player career mode, and it does feel a lot more fluid. Burnley up next, and it's a 1-0 victory, courtesy of PAQUETA's 63rd minute goal. So to show you, we have gone and changed it now to competitive from authentic. Medium wind effects, weather effects on. Apologies, I skipped the team news, but you'll see it pop up on the bottom of your screen in just a moment. Already it feels so much quicker, and this is much more like it for me. I just prefer a quicker gameplay style. I mean, it's going to be quicker for both teams as well, so defensively we are going to have to be on it. So we'll see if I can be against this Bournemouth side. Todibo's ball fired forward towards Bowen. Now in for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Back the way of Jared Bowen. Lovely play. We need the chance at the end of this though. Bowen with a cross. Looks for Lucas PAQUETA. Down for Wilson. He got it all wrong. Oh, what a chance. Lovely ball in from Bowen. The cushioned header down from Lucas PAQUETA straight to Wilson, who almost seemed to just go too quickly. He possibly could have brought the ball down and tried to finish on a second touch, but he tried to do it first time. Kluivert, Vega, blocked by Todibo. Positioned in the perfect spot at the perfect time. A Bournemouth corner. Todibo heads away. And that should be half-time. No, the referee's allowing us to carry on. I can't highlight a player to go close to close them down. And Bournemouth strike at the Vitality Stadium. You can tell I've not played for some time. Cannot seem to get back to grips with this. And Bournemouth take the lead. And looking back at the moment that allowed Bournemouth to lead the game, it's probably a bit of naivety on my part and the team's part, because we essentially cleared the corner and thought that was it. I even said that's the end of the first half, and it wasn't. So got to concentrate. That's a lovely ball through from Ward-Prowse to set Callum Wilson through on goal, and he's hit. Oh, he's hit the crowd behind the goal. He's inches away from levelling things up. James Ward-Prowse for Wilson. Wilson to PAQUETA. PAQUETA tried to look for the next pass forward. Wasn't given it. Souček. It's Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse lifting it over towards Bowen. Brilliant control. And they did just enough to put him off. Bournemouth now having to dig in. We are enjoying a good spell of possession. When I say that, though, Somerville's loose ball Bournemouth get it back. And that does give them a little bit of respite now, as Diouf is trying to prevent them going further forwards. Cliver inside our penalty area. Kilman's done enough there. Todibo now forward for Ward-Prowse. James Ward-Prowse trying to carry us forwards. He's found Paqueta. He's found Somerville. Somerville now looks ahead. Somerville, Wilson, central. Callum Wilson, gotta be, is 1-1. 18 minutes still to play. Let's make some changes. Let's win this game. Excellent work down the left-hand side. Somerville's ball in. Wilson in that position had to finish. And the one thing I am noticing with the changes that we're making as Callum Wilson goes off and full crew comes on, so too Fernandez for Ward-Prowse. In the January transfer window, we need to be able to strengthen and get some more attacking options because we really are severely lacking options off the bench. Brooks, we deflect his pass, but it's gone straight to Lewis Cook. And now Kluivert. Bournemouth in the penalty area. Kluivert across! Adley finishes! It is sensational from Bournemouth, but it's heartbreak for West Ham. If you thought the start that we made to the season was going to replicate the rest of it, I can assure you, no, this is the Premier League. You can take nothing for granted. We won 6 out of our first 6. And now in our previous 5, we're looking at 3 defeats and 2 draws. Both draws goalless as well. You can take nothing for granted in the Premier League. Paqueta, Somerville, its last chance. Saloon for West Ham United. Lucas Paqueta! Good save, Petrovic. Corner ball. Everybody needs to be up now. Why are we not all in the box? Somerville to deliver. In towards Souček. Got his header wrong. Full time here at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth 2, West Ham United 1. Although I did say in the previous game that whilst we won our first 6, we've then gone on to have the results we have. I forgot the sim win against Burnley. Without that, we would have dropped down this table a whole lot more because I can confirm we are still 5th. Although Manchester City very close behind us. And Liverpool, who is our next game, are 4 points ahead of us. So whilst at the moment, the results are not as good as they were earlier on in the season, it's not affected us all that much. We're still fighting for a European spot in the league. Now, as we welcome Liverpool, out of all the games we've seen today, this is the one that on paper is our hardest. So, what's the likelihood we win this? And the visitors who lead the way in the Premier League line up with a 4-2-3-1. Alisson in goal as Jamie Norris is playing left back. I'm not even sure who that is. Into midfield where Zakagny is playing out on the left for them. The bench, the strength they've got is outstanding. Diouf. And now Somerville. Somerville wants to turn inside, but to a man, Liverpool are just not giving us a forward ball whatsoever. Every option being marked. Somerville, Paqueta. Now it goes for Souček. Souček for Bowen. Fired into his feet. Takes it well. Up against Norris. Away from him too. And he wants to try and find a shot, but he's not getting it yet. Now Paqueta on the turn. Lucas Paqueta. Brilliant. Absolutely sensational from the number 10. And West Ham United take an unlikely lead at the London Stadium. But it was all about the brilliance of Paqueta. That is sensational. Picks it up on the edge of the penalty area. Spins McAllister. And fires into the top right corner past Alisson. Ward-Prowse combines well with Bowen. Bowen away from Norris. Jarrod Bowen now could use the pace that he's got. Up against Virgil van Dijk. Cuts inside of the Liverpool captain. And tries to bend it past Alisson. Forces the save. Ward-Prowse now has a corner. We know he's got a dangerous delivery. It's whipped in at pace. Looking at Souček. Wirtz heads away as far as Somerville. And now Paqueta, the goal scorer. Into Wilson. Callum Wilson wants to have a run now. Up against Ryan Gravenberch. Wilson's ball back. Picks out Bowen. Bowen just ran straight into Wirtz. I think he was too preoccupied with trying to open up a shooting chance. He just didn't see Wirtz. But at half-time, it is West Ham United 1, Liverpool 0. And we have had the better of that first half. Somerville. Wilson. Ward-Prowse. Delightful! James Ward-Prowse! West Ham come back out second half, as they did in the first, playing without fear. And it is so brilliant. Wilson spins, sees Ward-Prowse. He's in an advanced position. The ball over the top finds him. This bug is really getting on my nerves. The replay all the time going to the centre circle. You can't really see Wilson's brilliant ball, but the control from Ward-Prowse. And then the left-footed finish. We are in dreamland, 2-0 up. This could be the only game I play that I actually win. Forgetting the Burnley result for a second, because that, of course, was a sim game. Where was these performances earlier is my question. Isak, Gravenberch, ball through. Areola's a bit slow off his line, but he did enough. Outstanding goalkeeping in the end. It looked like he wasn't going to get there, though, because he seemed to sort of delay his decision to come off the line. Zaccagni, as Liverpool are trying to build now into our penalty area. On the turn, it was Mohamed Salah, but in quickly was the challenge. Todibo, though, is giving it away. Salah to Isak. Kilman now with the next tackle. Wan-Bissaka. Ooh, I'm not sure that it is a foul. It's a yellow card given. And Liverpool will be frustrated by that, because it looked like that was going to be dangerous for West Ham. Wilson, Bowen beats the offside trap for 3-0 West Ham. Jarrod Bowen. West Ham United 3, Liverpool 0. It's a 7th Premier League goal for the West Ham skipper. And it's game, set and match here at the London Stadium. Wilson again turning provider. This time along the floor, not over the top like he did for Ward-Prowse's. But then when Bowen's in this position, sizes up Alisson and finesses into the top corner. Here goes Zaccagni. Wan-Bissaka has to get across. Zaccagni now, quick 1-2 with Gravenberch. He's looking for a ball into the box. Gravenberch to Wirtz. Wirtz towards McAllister. Souček steps in. And now Bowen to take us back forwards. Final 5 minutes of the game. Wilson, we know what we're going to try and do, and that's get Bowen in behind. Jarrod Bowen now then, bearing down Liverpool's goal. Alisson came, made the angle tight. Bowen was looking to square it. It just never presented itself, the ball back. Ward-Prowse with the corner. Zaccagni acrobatically away. Isak under pressure from Somerville. Thought it was a foul, but the referee didn't give it. PAQUETA towards Ward-Prowse. Into the last minutes now of the game. Injury time is upon us. Bowen turning away. Oh, it's remarkable from Jarrod Bowen. It is sublime. West Ham have hit 4 against Liverpool. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I said it earlier. I'll say it again. Where has this been all episode? The London Stadium is in utter pandemonium. They cannot believe their eyes. The league leaders are being handled a footballing lesson by West Ham United. Bowen at the double. And we will end today with a win that I actually played. Again, forgetting the Burnley one that was a sim. Full time here. That is some result, my friends. And that's made things very interesting at the top of the table. Because as you can see, after 13 games, Aston Villa lead on 27 points. Liverpool on 27. Arsenal third on 26. We're fourth on 26. Manchester City have 25 down in 5th. And Spurs not too far behind either. It's tight at the top. Still a long way to go in the Premier League though. And even with the somewhat struggles that we've seen us have today in terms of our performances, well, that's how it's going. And I couldn't be happier. Next episode, we will tackle the month of December. And then after that, it's time for the January transfer window, where we need to try and strengthen the squad, get some more attacking options to be able to bring off the bench, because that's one of the areas where when a game isn't going quite right for us, we need to be able to change it. And right now, we're limited with those options that we do have. So, next episode, we've got United, we've got Brighton, we've got Aston Villa, Manchester City, Fulham and Brighton. All really, really good games. We'll see how many points we pick up from those. Again, I apologise for the delay between the last episode and this one. I am hoping to get quite a few episodes recorded though, so that I have them ready to go. So, if you did enjoy this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. 300 is the target. I know it's not as popular as the My Player Career Mode, but the more support the series gets, the more likely you are to see it continue. So, show your support. And I thank you all so much for all of your support. If you are new around here, like what you see, subscribe, activate the notification bell as well so you don't miss any of the future videos here on the channel. Until next time, stay safe, have a great day, have a great evening, look after each other, and I'll see you all back here again very soon. Adios!